Nope.
What is up, you guys? James from James' I Ship Reptiles, and today I have lots of shipments going out, so I figured I'd show you guys just how I do that, and maybe someone learned something from it. So let's get started. So I have 7x7x6 shipping boxes. That's generally the size I use, and on the side, you gotta write what kind of animal it is, how many it is, and this is a leopard gecko. Written on the side, you have to say how many and the exact species name. And what I'll do is I'll spell albino leopard gecko in there. And this guy, when it gets packing material, because you don't want that cup moving around while it's in shipping. Just like that, nice and snug. And then an hour before you ship, you want to open your heat pack if you need to use a heat pack. I'm not going to go over temperatures right now. There's too much to talk about with temperatures. So I like to open my heat pack an hour before it goes out. Give it a bunch of shakes, all that kind of jazz. And then once you're ready to go, we'll tape this to the bottom of the lid just like that. Red side up. Something to do with oxygen. I don't know. That's just what everyone recommends. So that'll be taped on just like that. And imagine it's in there, boom, just like that. And I'll throw a couple business cards in there, a whatever this is called from Ship Your Reptiles. So when they open it, it's like, hey, this guy followed all the rules, you can trust his shipping. And it gives you a phone number to call in case anything goes bad. And then what I'll also do is these are the shipping labels for this lady who hit me up on Instagram. Shout out to her. I'll put one inside the box. That way, if anything happens, the label on the outside, if it gets damaged, if it gets ripped open, the driver can just rip it open and find another one and find out where it's going because he can scan it. And one last thing I like to do, totally forgot to do on this box, but I'll show you. And again, this depends on temperature, but in most cases, we'll put an air hole. So I grab a screwdriver or something like a Bic pen, and I will find side without tape and just right through like that. And you give it a little wiggle just because the styrofoam will kind of scrunch back up, so you don't want it to do that. You want to get a little bit loose, and just like that. Alright, and this little cutout right here, again saying the species and how many, and that it is a live reptile, is required by law. You can print it out at shipyourreptiles.com. That's where I make my labels. Making labels on that website is so easy. I'll go over it in a future video, but today we're just packing up. And then again, you have to write live on a bunch of sides. I run it on all 4 sides and on the top. And last thing to do is to close this up and tape another label on top, and our shipment's ready to go. Let's take them to FedEx. All packed up and off to FedEx we go. Alright, so I just dropped those packages off at FedEx. It's real simple. Once you print the labels, everything after that is super easy. You just follow the steps, make sure you do it a couple times. Once you really do it once, it's like, oh, that's easy, and then you just gotta remember the steps, and then you get it down, and then you just gotta double, triple check everything. And then once you have it like that, it's easy, you just drop it off at FedEx. So my leopard geckos have been laying eggs pretty consistently now, Lefty, Righty, Apex, Trixie the Blizzard, and a couple others. And they just started to hatch. So this is the rack I'm using for my hatchlings. The tubs aren't very big, but I don't plan on holding the hatchlings in here for very long. And besides that, I did plan on going to a show and picking up another rack like that, and then being able to sell the babies, but shows are canceled. So I have to think of something else fast. Selling all these geckos is definitely helping. I might have to go buy a rack or something, or some heat cable and set this rack up or something like that. Undecided. It kind of just depends, but let's take a look at some baby geckos. I should write their birth dates down. So right here we have a normal going into its first shed, and then a Tug Snow. So Tug Snow is one of the 3 strains of snow. There's Max Snow, Tug Snow, and Gem Snow. Max Snow is named for Max Reptiles. Tug Snow is the underground gecko, which is a different Canadian brand, which actually my Super Snow radar is from, the male. I had him imported from Canada from that company. And I believe, no, I can't remember what gem snow stands for, but that's a tug snow. Obviously, it's very black and white. They're not all like that. Even all the forms of snow, you can get ones that look really yellow, but high whites are better, because if you have something that's not high white, it's not as nice, and people aren't willing to pay for it just because it's like, well, it doesn't look like a snow, so why would I pay for it as a snow? Why wouldn't I just buy normal and get something that looks normal anyway? So, but nevertheless, mine's awesome. Mine turned out really black and white, which is odd because the parents are pretty yellow. Here are the two moms. Right here, Righty, she's pretty snowy. You can kind of see in her pattern, it's very light. Her tail's getting a little thin because she's been breeding. And these are my paraplegics, Lefty and Righty here. They're all each missing a hand. And it looks like one of them might have just laid. So I gotta definitely check for eggs again after this. And this week is definitely the week I'm cleaning tubs. This one's very dirty. And of course the dad, my male, just normal leopard gecko right here, Malloy. I've had him for a long time. He's definitely beat up over the years. And hopefully he just breeds for me year after year. Pardon me. I don't ever want to get rid of him. He is my OG in this room. He is the first really reptile in this room, besides my old chameleon Zero. I don't know if anyone remembers him. And then, you know, I had a leopard gecko before that. He didn't last very long. I knew nothing about animals at the time. I knew nothing about the care. But nevertheless, I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys, you know, took something out of this for shipments. It's all confusing when you're not used to doing it. And I know my first time I was super nervous. I kept putting it off. And I was like, you know what? I should do this. And now that I've been doing it, I had 3 shipments go out today. And this is like my 3rd time shipping thing. I post my geckos for sale and people want to buy them. So it's getting easier. It's getting better. Hopefully all these make it safe. You know, that's always the worry. Especially with all the crazy stuff going on in the world today. Nevertheless, I hope you guys enjoy. Look out for those. I'll be bringing them to a show. Well, I might bring the normal to a show. It all depends. I want to keep girls, and I'll probably, you know, keep as many girls as I can, and then kind of pick, and then I might put 2 more with Lefty and Righty, so it's 4 in a tub, and then I might switch a tub to normals. We'll kind of see how it goes. We'll play it by ear. But nevertheless, that's going to be it for today's video. I'm James from James Reptiles. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys liked the video, and let me show off these guys real quick, right before I leave. No, Gerald and Theodore. So these are the geckos that just hatched the other day. There's Gerald and Theodore, I believe, and I think this one's Tornado. And then that's the one that needs a name right there. So if you have any name suggestions, this guy needs a name. His brother, his clutchmate, Tornado. Please don't get stuck in the water. So, name suggestions for that guy. Like I said, I'm James from James Reptiles. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. All that definitely helps out the channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.